Hello, we're back in our Bedrock survival realm, and I am standing right now in the place that I have probably spent more time standing than anywhere else. The main storage system under the castle. I'm always here because I started this world almost 6 years ago, and I have played in it for literally thousands of hours. And I've probably spent most of my time standing right here. And I want to take you on a journey today to explain why that is and the history of this world just a little bit, because it all leads into the coolest thing that I'm currently working on, which I'm really excited to show you. But because everyone's attention spans are what they are, we'll talk about it while we're riding the roller coaster. And away we go. So I started playing Minecraft over a decade ago. I was playing a creative world first, Java edition, because that's what existed back then. And I was just playing like a peaceful game by myself in creative, building a crazy underground fortress. And really the only things that existed in that world were large chambers and secret doors that led out of those chambers into other large chambers. And it was so fun. I had such a blast. But then one day, one fateful day in, I don't know, 2015 or something, I got a new computer and I thought for sure that I had adequately transferred over all the files from my old computer to the new one. But it turns out that I hadn't, and I lost the world that I had spent so much time on, and it was devastating. And I was like, I'm never playing this game again. Minecraft seems great. It was great. Loved it. I'm done with it. I can't open my heart to that kind of disappointment again. So I took a long break, and I definitely never expected to play again. But Minecraft got really popular, and I started watching, PewDiePie play, and I started watching Mumbo play, and survival was just an entirely different beast, and I'd never really played it before. And PewDiePie made it seem really fun, but Mumbo opened my eyes to what was possible with like storage tech and farm tech and stuff. And I always loved the redstone aspect, that's why I made all those secret doors in the original creative world and things. But I had never considered using redstone to really excel in survival and using it to create storage tech that would like simulate the creative inventory and survival and stuff. And that seemed really exciting to me. So I started again. I started a new survival world, and it was me and my friend. We started this realm together, and I knew from moment zero that the thing that I was going to find most fun in this world, in this kind of second attempt at playing Minecraft, was going to be making the storage system that was the envy of all storage systems. That was my plan. I wanted to succeed technically in this world, and I was very excited to try that out. And so I started working on that one spot, that one place where I have stood subsequently for so long, and it has served me incredibly well. But the reality is, I simply could not conceive of the extent to which I would get obsessed with this game and this world. And what I thought were relatively safe upper limits ended up just not being enough. Hi, SpongeBob. So this is it. These are just normal item filters. Each takes exactly one type of item, and I've got 2 double chests worth of space for those things. And we've got a lot of them, to be fair. It goes down pretty far. It's a lot of items covered here, but not all of them, clearly. Not even close. On this side, we have the storage silos, which store a ton of a single type of item. We've got 5 double chests here and these indicator lights to show how full they are. And this has been great. This system has been awesome. And this was what I started with from basically day one of this world. Don't believe me? Let's take a look. Look at this. This is the oldest backup that I have of this world from September of 2019, probably like a week into playing here. And here's our spooky village. Not spooky, right? Like this is where the castle terrace will be. This is where the castle will be. And we had this giant wooden structure. It looks like a mob farm. It was just decorative. We didn't know what we were doing. Needless to say, this thing got struck by lightning and burned down almost immediately. Actually, you know what? With the SpongeBob not being there, this backup might be better than the current world. Maybe we should just revert to this. But let's take a look at what my priorities were when we first started this world. All right, does this look familiar? practically the first thing I did in this world was start building the storage system. Obviously, it got way longer, but look at this. We've already got a stacked item filter on this side and 2 of the bulk storage units already in. Insane. So you can see that this is where my head was at, right? This was what was exciting to me. We didn't have the elevators yet, so you just jump down here. And the only way to get out from down there was to actually go up the tube, Augustus Gloop style, and end up in the storage system. Obviously, this world has come a long way, but the bones are there. And look at how things have evolved here. Got a few more slices now. Obviously, the silos have multiplied. We even needed to build an entire kind of offshoot wing just to get all the different dyed items. I call this rainbow row. You dump all your items in here, they flow up the pipe, start to go into the system, try to go into all the storage silos, try to go into all of these item filters. But there's some cool stuff we've added as well. Like it sorts out shulker boxes, puts the ones that have items in here, puts the empty ones in here. Up here, this is an unstackable item filter. So our tools, like our sneaking pants, will end up in here. These 2 chests, crafted items and natural items, are multi-item sorters. A tiny little multi-item sorter back there, so that the items that don't go into anywhere else just trickle through here and try to fit into one of these slots if they can. And anything that doesn't ends up in here in the garbage. And if I don't need them, like this cod, obviously, my great shame, I just push the button and it starts burning it all. Amazing. And there's expansions beyond that. All of these super smelter toggles. Anything that goes in, if this lever's on, it'll smelt it. Over here, we got a thing to just drop in and unload shulker boxes. And there's even light up indicators when we do it. A composter for any random plants and things. A smelting chest. It's fun. I love this place. I am so proud of how it's turned out. And I guess just for fun, we can actually look at how it all works. And it is a nightmare zone. It is an absolute horrifying mess back here. It's just unbelievable. I don't know what any of this stuff does anymore. I have fully filled every inch of this place. The problem is I've also fully filled every inch of my storage system, pretty much. Obviously, I don't have full silos of all these items, but I mean, in terms of diversity of items that I can store here, it's full. And something I love about this game is that they are always adding new stuff, but it also means that I don't have room for it. I don't have room for any of it. And we need something bigger. Quick trip through the nether, because my biggest and most ambitious project over the past 1.5 years, almost 2 years, has been the new system, the storage system 2.0. Hopefully we never need a 3.0 because I'm running out of literal realms. That's right. I built a new base in the end. And look at that. Maybe it doesn't look like too much from here, but once we get a little bit closer, yeah, it's just bonkers. I built my new storage system, the storage system to end all storage systems. At least it better be. I built it on the main end island right in the middle. Look at this thing. Man, that is so cool. You can't say that that doesn't look cool. Now, when I built the castle storage system, I expanded it slowly over time for years. But this thing, I spent like a few weeks tinkering around in creative. And once it all clicked, I could not resist. I just had to build it. I had to build the whole thing pretty much. And it took me a year, but I built it and it's insane. And obviously there's more that could be done, but this thing actually works as a storage system and it is a total game changer for me. And I want to show you how and why. The central feature of this system are these modules, which I, in my mind, I just call the laser beams. I don't know why, but each one of these, and there are 16 of them, each one has a shulker box, and each box contains a variety of themed items. And so this is the stone box. And look at that, beautifully organized, if I do say so myself. And so you might think, well, what's the point? Well, it's because that box right there is not the only light stone box that I have. Ba, 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 ba. There it is, the stone box, my backup copy. And watch this. Imagine I'm out in the world doing something and I realize, oh, I need a bunch of stuff, you know? I need like some diorite, some stone, you know, cobblestone or whatever, right? Like I grab a bunch of stuff out of here. I use it all up. Well, now my box needs to be refilled. So I come back to the spaceship. I walk up to this stone module and I just grab the fresh one. And the one that needs to be refilled, I pop it in. And look at this. It's getting refilled. 5 hoppers all at once pointing into this thing, fully refilling it of all the items I used. Amazing. Ready for next time. But surely, Willowake, surely you're not sorting 25 different items all into this one laser beam, right? I am. It actually works. And let's watch it in action. I can dump these things back in. And from up here in the center where I have a beautiful view, I can see that things have started to happen here. And all of a sudden, we've got items moving across and going right into the laser beam, refilling it. So it's ready for next time. I know. This thing makes me so happy. So happy. And that's not even the end of it. Because you can see, this system, it's kind of slow. It makes use of item categorizers. You know, at the very least, you're going to be limited to hopper speed, and there's mine carts involved. It's slow. But some of these items, I use a lot of, like stone, right? I use a lot of stone. Wouldn't it be nice if the most used bulk items could sort into this thing a little bit faster? And I hear you say, Willowake, no way have you put a 2 times hopper speed item filtration system on top of the item categorizer in the spaceship, right? I hear you say those words exactly. Well, let's check this out. What if I put this in here instead? And again, head back to my perch. And they're in immediately. They're sorted in. Look at this. We've got water streams and hopper minecarts for 2 times hopper speed sorting. 2 times hopper speed sorting up here. And yes, we only get 5 of those per laser beam, but anything that doesn't get sorted in there just goes right into the categorizer. The minecarts take it across. Absolute perfection. But now, of course, I hear you asking. I hear you asking your next question. But Willowake, there's no room for storage here. How many of these items can you even keep in these laser beams? Well, here's the thing. The storage up here is all chest minecart based. And we've got a dispenser here that can be stacking more and more chest minecarts into this one spot right here. And then down here, a hopper minecart that will pull items out of any of them. And this is all automated. When the system starts to back up, we automatically dispense another one. But Willowake, doesn't that mean you have effectively infinite storage for any of the items inside each of your laser beam shulker box systems? Yes, that's right. That's exactly right. Infinite storage of any of these items. They automatically get sorted in. They automatically replenish when I need to swap out a fresh one. And I've got 16 of them. Now, this is where I've been taking my time. Some of these I've got pretty much locked down. Others, still very much a work in progress. We've got our basics box with a bunch of dyes and dyeable things. We've got the stone, obviously. This one's going to be dark stone. This one will be a bunch of utility blocks. Wood, we've got all sorted. Beautiful. Redstone, my pride and joy. This one will be orange things, I guess. Light sources, the most recent one I finished. This will be farming and crops. Our immaculate nature box. We'll have one for brewing. We've got our precious minerals. This will be something, I don't know, water, blue stuff, something. Nethery things, end stuff. It gets fuzzier here. Mob drops, that should be straightforward. And then, of course, flowers, most of which I don't actually have. Also some empty shulker boxes, because those are always useful. And then extra tools, extra potions, and extras of my hotbar items. And between all of that, we've got pretty much everything we could ever need while out in the world doing some random project. And that's just the laser beams. We've also got a ton more categorizer slices for any random items that we don't have sorted into a box. We've got these things, which are automatic shulker loaders doing bulk compaction of materials that I have a ton of, like all the end stone that I dug out to make this place. We've even got unstackable items. And how do we do that? The secret is our blue little friends here. Oh, look at them. We've got LAs to sort out unstackable items. And I've barely even started to fill these in. But Willowake, isn't it true that LAs will only pick up items if they hear a note block? Well, yes. And so let me dump some junk in here so you can hear what I like to call the spaceship symphony. So that must be it, right? Surely there's not something even more absurd built directly underneath this thing, right? Oh no. Oh no. Did I go a little overboard? Because something else that is incredibly cool about this storage system is that if I run out of something, redstone comparators, for instance, we actually get a light on, and this light tells us what we're running out of. And that's cool enough on its own, certainly. But with something like a redstone comparator, we've got everything we need to craft more. And what's the point of actually playing the game you're playing, right? If I need some more comparators, I can grab one out of there and bring it to the crafter chest. And if I pop that in there, things start to get a little bit crazy. Each of these slices can craft a specific item. And look at that. We've placed an order for stone. And look at this. The extractor comes out and starts to pull stone out of our stone chest. It's going to pull a full stack of that and then extract it back into the factory. And if we pop down here, you can see the different items that we've got set up that we're able to craft. And here comes that order right on time. And we're filling up a crafter, baby. We're doing it. Fully automated crafting. So there it goes. Off for its next ingredient. And in just a second, it's coming back for more stone. I know. I know. Trust me. I know. It's slow. It's not efficient at all. It would be so much faster for me to just manually grab stuff and craft another stack of comparators. The more complicated the crafting recipe, the slower it is, obviously. It takes a million years, but how cool is that? I think this is the coolest thing I've ever built by far. But why? Why, oh why? Why the end? Of all places. Why the island with the dragon? Did I have to slay the dragon? Yes. 20 times, because each time you slay the dragon, it opens up one of these end gateways, and I had to open all of them, because if that dragon ever returns, this place is toast. So why the end? Why here? Why go through all that trouble? I hear you say. Because of this, the end fountain. How much do you know about this fountain? Where does it take you? It takes you to your bed, the last bed you slept in. Which means you can be out anywhere working on a project in any corner of this infinite world. And as long as you can find a stronghold, of which in Bedrock Edition there are infinite, jump right through the portal and end up there. Storage tech is what got me excited about survival Minecraft. And here we are at the inevitable conclusion of that obsession. When we're out in the world, no matter what adventure we're on, no matter what kind of build project we embark on, we've got all our different shulker boxes. We've got pretty much anything we need. And when we run out, we just come back here, swap the used one out for a fresh one, dump anything that we gathered on our journey in here, and it'll all go into the right place. If it turns out we're out of something, we can essentially push a button to craft more of it. And then without missing a beat, we can get right back to Minecraft. You ready to see what's next?